Another Gundam model review. Today we're looking at the no-grade 1:144 scale LM314V21 Victory 2 Gundam from the anime Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. It's piloted by US-11 and it's the successor of the original Victory Gundam, and it's a mass-produced mobile suit used by the Ligue Militaire as their primary mobile weapon and symbol of victory over the tyrannical Zanskar Empire. It shares almost all the same abilities as the Victory Gundam, including its three-part core block system consisting of the top and bottom fighters and the core fighter. Now, all the weapons that it comes with are basically the same. It has the beam rifle, beam saber, beam shield, although it has an upgraded internal engine. It's the most important upgrade. It uses the Minovsky drive system, which was derived from the original Victory Gundam's Minovsky flight system. It provided the unit with unparalleled power maneuverability. This system allowed the V2 to fly in space without the use of conventional rocket thrusters, although some were incorporated for maneuvering, and it can achieve incredible speeds. If used on Earth, the Minovsky drive system allowed the V2 to hover in midair without additional support. And the significant advantage, however, over the beam rotor technology used by the other mobile suits of the time. The most important ability of the Minovsky drive, however, was its ability to be used both offensive and defensively, sometimes simultaneously. The system's high-energy exhaust plumes, manifested as the giant wings of light, could be used as either gigantic beam sabers to slice through any target, or as massive beam shields to shield both the Gundam itself and other targets. The defensive ability of the Wings of Light is nigh unbreakable, if not absolute. To start with, the Victory 2 you see here is built completely out of box. I haven't lined it, I haven't detailed it at all. And for no grade, especially from 1993, the detail is pretty impressive. It's lacking some white on the feet there, and it looks sort of plain overall. I haven't added any stickers. It does come with eye stickers, 2 vent stickers, I think the camera eye, along with a sticker for the stand. But essentially, out of box, this is what you get. Also, quick note, I've noticed that with Victory Gundam reviews that people don't focus on the head very much. You'll notice that the eyes are very sunk in, and that might not be your kind of thing. So if you're considering buying this, just be aware that the eyes are very deeply set, and you might want to modify that or change it or fix it, do something to it to make it look a little better. I know that I will. And in the second half of this review, you'll see that I've done some modifications as well as painting to this kit. To go over articulation, the kit is it feels sort of loose, but then it's a no grade. It's what I expect from 1993. The shoulder armor is sort of, just kind of bounces on the shoulder. But the arms, they're not too loose. They can hold their position really well. They can rotate 360 degrees. Go out about this far. The armor sort of restricts it a little bit. The elbows can bend 90 degrees. The torso can twist about this far. And I noticed that the head's really tight, and so much so that if you try to turn it, it's just going to end up moving the waist. So if you're going to move the head, move it separately. The knees are able to come forward about this far, and they're pretty tight on their joint. They don't flop around as much. They're able to bend a little bit less than 90 degrees. I might do a bit of a modification to change that. I'm not quite sure yet. The side skirts are able to move forward independently. They're on little poly caps in there. They're just mounted on the top here. The side skirts are they just don't move very much at all. Back skirt's completely stationary. The feet move back and forward, pretty far forward actually, left and right a little bit, and the top of this armor here is able to move. So all in all, it's pretty maneuverable. It's not really, I don't know, it's definitely no high grade, that's for sure. It's able to have flat feet on the ground though, but it's not able to hold them out very far. The legs can probably go about this far before you start seeing a bit of gap in between the feet and the table here. To go over accessories, it comes with a all-white beam rifle. It's a little hollow on that side, and I'm guessing I'm going to have to put some plow plate or something in there to fill that out, and it's going to require some painting. It comes with a bent beam saber, which is completely clear. Might have to paint the handle white. It comes with a beam fan, which still no one seems to understand what this is for. I know I don't. I can't figure out what it might be used for. Possibly a wider blade to deflect, I'm not sure. It comes with a beam shield, very nice, actually pretty well detailed, and it also comes with 2 of the Wings of Light pieces, which just go in the back. And these are also very well detailed, but the thing about these effect parts is that they're pretty clear. Like, they're pink, but they seem to be more of like a clear pink, like really clear pink. And they won't really show up unless they have like a white background or something. To mount the beam rifle, it just slides into the hand. These hands are just rubber poly caps, so they're able to hold things really well. And it's pretty stable, it's not going to move anywhere. The beam shield comes out of this small red part in the back of the arm. As you can see, it can swing out. Now, in order to mount this little thing, you see that it has a little bit of a cap right here. You just kind of pop it out. It's a little bit difficult to get out, I find, but it just pops right out. You grab the beam shield, put this little cap back in the hole, just slides right into place. Place it back onto the red part in the arm. If you want to mount it back on the arm, I suggest switching it from this position to this way. That way when you place it onto the arm, I can just snap in there. Alright. Oh, darn it. Yeah, it's a little bit loose. It won't hold all the way. You might have to find yourself kind of pushing a little bit more hard than usual. But then you can just switch the arm forward, and the Victory is able to defend itself. Now, in order to mount the Wings of Light on the back, which is the final accessory, I have taken everything else off, to eliminate the risk of things falling off mid-review. Just take off the back parts here, the little, you'd call the arcs of the V here. Then you take the wing. There's a little bitty slot in here, and there's a tab on the wing. You just slide that into place. It's pretty secure, and then just close this. You got your wing mounted into the binder, and then you just put it onto the back. And so here we have the Victory 2 with the Wings of Light mounted. There's no real weight issues. You may find it lean back a little bit, but it's easily fixed by just bringing the legs back a bit. But since this is such a small kit, and the plastic is so light and it's basically hollow, there's really nothing to worry about. But the Wings of Light look really good on the Victory 2, I find. So here we have the V2 with all of its accessories all armed up on its included stand. There's a whole tray of clear parts dedicated to its effect parts and the stand. The two pink clear parts, this is where you get the Wings of Light and the beam saber, or beam fan rather. And here is where we would find the rest of the stand. This part is where you would put the included postcard. It's actually a background, and it has the V hexa here. This is showing the 1 no grade as well. On the back of it, there's some technical data of the Victory 2, and this is actually really cool. I think it's line art done by the professional who had actually drawn it initially, and it's very sharp, it's very clear, and of course everything's written in Japanese, but it's a really nice inclusion that they didn't have to give you, but they really wanted to play the Victory series. Also, the part trays has the, well, I don't know, I don't think it's really something to frown upon, but it includes the two trays that you get that you would sandwich together in order to put the parts together. It's actually just like two halves of one large tray. And I actually tried that myself, and it was alright. I didn't really like it. So I just ended up cutting the pieces off the tray anyway and putting them together manually. But, so here, give me a sec and I'll detail the Victory 2 and mod it a little bit, and I'll show you as soon as I'm done with that. Okay, so we're back. So about a good 3 hours of work. Essentially all I did was panel line it and add a bit of extra paint, such as on the shoulders here and on the feet. There's some gray on the back of the feet here too. Just, sort of just little bitty details that I've added just to give it a bit of extra presentability. And I did do a modification actually. With the face. Inside the helmet there was the basic eyes. It was built in the back of the helmet like most no grades. And what I had to do is carve the entire thing out and basically build a new eyepiece in the back using plot plate, and it ended up looking really well. The sculpt is improved on the inside at least a little bit, and I used the eye stickers instead of risking painting because I probably would have messed it up, but it definitely adds something more to the mobile suit for presentability and probably just being on a shelf. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use this for anything more than just kind of sitting there looking pretty, but it's a great little model. You get what you pay for. It's like 500 yen. It's about $7 US, and it comes in a little bitty box. about this size here. It's small. You get what you pay for. It's a no grade. It's just a really quick, maybe 30 minutes to build, and it's molded in color. It looks great. Out of the box, it looks fine. You don't really have to do much more to it. Me being the perfectionist and sort of a stickler for detail, I definitely did a lot more than I probably needed to make it look good, but I'm a perfectionist, so. But all in all, I think it looks great, and I'm proud of it. And the Victory 2 is a great mobile suit. It looks great. It's a great design. It's a great concept. Sort of a harkening back to the original Gundam, using the core fighters after not using them for a couple of years in the Universal Century. And it's powerful. I'd say maybe in ranking for the most powerful in the Universal Century, or in Gundams in general, it's probably number 4 in the top most powerful mobile suits. Still behind the Turn A, of course. There's no argument that the Turn A is probably the most powerful Gundam out there. But in regards to the kit, it's definitely worth it. You know, I don't have the Robot Dynamaxy. I didn't have the money to shell out for it. But if you don't feel like getting a little 1 to 1/44 no grade, go for the Robot Dynamaxy if you have the money to shell out for it. Because it has the Wings of Light also, and it would probably look better on your shelf than this would. But if you want something fun to do, something quick, and you want to have a bit of more of a connection with the mobile suit by adding some detail to it, go ahead and get this one. I recommend it highly. I give it a 4 out of 5 if I were to rank it. So don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down depending on how you feel about the review or the mobile suit itself, and I will see you guys next time. This is Legend Books signing off.